They had a 19-0 lead against James Madison, a 9-0 lead against Murray State. They didn't win either of them, but I think that means the first few minutes here are going to be important to watch.
Those types of lead losses can be brutal, but we've seen both of these teams on the court when they get out to a strong lead are likely to win the game. So this first quarter is going to be critical.
Off and running. Glad you're with us on ACC Network Extra. And that shot rolls off. Good move by Carmody, but Boston College gets a fresh 20.
Great to get a second shot in the offensive rebound. We're seeing good motion from the Eagles early on.
McGee trying to feed Tomlinson. And that was taken away there by Jackie Grisdale.
We'll see how the Eagles look to set up against some of these three-point shooters who have been knocked out to start the season.
You see the starting five for Quinnipiac. This has been their normal lineup without the injured Carson Martin. And an immediate bank shot misses. Ella O'Donnell, the big out of Ireland. Inside again, Carmody had position, and that time she finished.
Nice to see Carmody getting some paint touches while the Eagles are missing some of their inside play.
There's the first look at three, and Ella Ryan misses it. You were just talking about how good she's been. 49% on her threes. Tomlinson had that taken away, though. Just about a minute and a half in. This Quinnipiac team is playing for the first time in 10 days.
Coming off of a holiday break can sometimes be make or break for these teams as they look to build some momentum heading into the end of the year.
That was well defended inside by Kayla Rolfe. So O'Donnell starts 0 for 2. She's the starting center for Quinnipiac. She'll be at some point replaced by Anna Foley, a preseason All-MAC first-teamer. And there's McGee right to the basket. That's where both of BC's hoops have come.
Absolutely. Even though both of these teams shoot well from the three-point line, the Eagles are really getting some multiple actions that get them high percentage shots in the paint.
And that, for Ella Ryan, hit the front rim. So she's 0 for 2. And a foul against the Bobcats. So Quinnipiac starts 0 for 4. And you were talking about coming off of a holiday layoff. 10 days is a long time in between games, right?
It's a long time. On the one hand, you might get some rest. On the other, inertia, body in motion stays in motion. Do you start to lose your edge a little? It's been a little while since you've competed, whereas the Eagles have had a couple games to really bounce back from.
Tomlinson, tough attack. In amongst the trees, and a rebound by Ava McGee, just couldn't hit. So BC is 2 out of 5 as Quinnipiac has missed its first 4. Playing inside again, and that time Anna Foley hits. Well, we told you she'd come in quickly. It didn't take her long.
No, I think looking to drive some energy while get some points on the board coming off the bench. Foley has done a nice job of being a bench presence for this team.
Third straight game she did not start, but as mentioned, she's one of the best bigs in that conference, the MAC. Tomlinson let it fly. Boy, McGee has been active early, hasn't she? Ava McGee doing a lot of good work for BC.
Especially on the boards and limiting Quinnipiac, but getting these extra possessions for the Eagles is going to be key here in the first quarter.
Just hasn't been able to hit her shots. And then a foul against Kayla Rolfe gets an early one. Well, Tricia Fabry at Quinnipiac has been a staple. 31 seasons on the bench. She began as the head coach, how about this, in 1995.
Incredible. Incredible. She is building off of the veteran leadership of the last several years. Multi-time coach of the year, reached 500 career wins just a couple years ago. So strong leader for this Quinnipiac team. And
really showing no signs of falling off at all.
Nope.
Last couple of years, Coach Fabry perhaps has had as much talent as she's ever had. 5 to shoot. Grisdale, whoa, she throws it in to tie the game.
We'll see if that helps get some momentum going for Quinnipiac with their leading scorer getting a nice shot there. Tough off the dribble.
Another All-MAC preseason first-team selection. Redshirt senior out of Poland, Ohio. McDaniel, one-handed pass to Rolfe. Tomlinson finding Amirah Anderson, first off the bench for BC, and she scores immediately.
Looked like Quinnipiac switched up their defense, and great for the Eagles to still get to the paint, get a high percentage shot.
Amirah Anderson coming off the bench for 3 straight games. She had been a starter the first 8 of her career. This is Foley. And the kick out for Ella Ryan. Just needs an inch to get off that jump shot.
Those threes could be killer for the Eagles, and just shooting at such a high percentage. Team has to watch out for those tough shots.
She had a game, Carolyn, against the College of Charleston a couple of weeks ago. She was 6 of 8 from three-point territory.
Unbelievable. Shows that the team does a good job of moving to get their teammates good shots, finishing when they need to.
Oh, the spin cycle there. Carmody just couldn't finish. She made a great move.
Great move. Way to use the contact. Those will fall.
Just over 5 minutes in, and Quinnipiac is in the lead for the first time. Tiani McDaniel drew the assignment of Ella Ryan, who gave it off to her sister, Sydney Ryan. How about that? When you have 2 sisters on the same starting lineup, there's going to be some good connectivity.
Some good chemistry. Know where each other are.
And all of a sudden, the Bobcats have hit 4 shots in a row.
Looks like they're dictating the pace a little, slowing down the Eagles, making it harder to get a look inside.
Got to get something off here. Shot clock's down to 3. Carmody just chucks. Almost made it. Long stretch between whistles. Paige Girardi's the starting point guard. She's the facilitator. Risdale.
Quinnipiac's really picked up the amount of activity they have on their offense, getting the defense really shuffled around.
Yeah, look at that ball movement. And now it's Ryan again, Sydney Ryan. She's hit 2 in a row. Quinnipiac's made 5 consecutive shots.
Their shots have come after multiple motions and deeper in the shot clock when maybe the defense is tiring. And so it'll be key for the Eagles to really stay focused and connected the longer the action goes.
8 in a row scored by the Bobcats. Tiani McDaniel tries to end that. And right now, the visitors out of Connecticut with all the momentum. Ella Ryan from Sydney.
Great tip there by Kayla Rolfe just to eliminate an additional look at the basket for Quinnipiac.
Tomlinson, drive and dish. Now Anderson, one more to McDaniel out of the corner. Look at Athena Tomlinson rip away the rebound and get Rolfe a look at a 3. Just not going down right now.
No,
for the
it's
Eagles.
great to see our guards getting some additional looks for the team, and just shots aren't falling, but they're good looks for the Eagles.
BC 1 out of its last 10, 3 of 13 overall. Another 3 by Ryan, another hit by the elder of the Ryan sisters, Sydney. She's got already 8 points. We played, what, 5 minutes without a whistle? There one comes.
Yeah, that starts to be your ability to then control the pace, get some energy going. The pace of the game has slowed down a little for the Eagles, and they seem to feel a little, and really just open up the scoring.
You can see Sydney played her first 3 years at Furman, getting a well-deserved rest after 8 straight points. Already at her season's average. While BC trying to end this run, Carmody in the post. Circus shot wouldn't drop.
The Eagles are getting to the paint. Shots are just not falling, getting good looks. But they're facing a scoring drought at the moment, and that can be tough to hang on to when the other team's shooting well.
And who else hits the shot? It's Ella Ryan. 13 straight points for Quinnipiac, and all by one of the 2 sisters. What an incredible start for them.
Incredible start.
And that's off the hands of Jocelyn Greer, freshman who had come in at the timeout, Coach Joanna Burnaby McNamee. See Coach Mack with a concerned look on her face as BC has not scored in over 4 minutes.
She's talked about trying to generate some more consistency. And we saw the Eagles got off to a great start, but here looking to get a stop against Quinnipiac. There was a nice hook shot on the inside from one of their post players who has some height, just showing that mismatch that the Eagles are facing.
That time it's the Ryan scoring streak snapped by Ella O'Donnell. Overall, though, 15 straight points scored by Quinnipiac. Greer lets it fly. Top of the key for 3 to end the drought, Jocelyn Greer.
That's always a relief to get a momentum shift. Nice high percentage 3. See if she can string that together with a stop on the other end.
They do indeed. Greer ripped it right out of the hands. And now the jumper by Kaya Henderson, who had come in. The Ohio State transfer hasn't had a lot of run, but that's a nice-looking jump shot.
Nice work off the fast break to recognize that she had some space to maneuver there. Get a good look at the basket.
So BC coming back with 5 in a row. And Kaya Henderson leads Greer. Nice save. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Haupt on the run. Well, that looked like it could get away early from BC.
Will really help set one team into the win category over the other.
You know, the other thing that stood out to me, Carolyn, in that first quarter, we played the 10-minute quarter in less than 15 actual minutes.
That's a lot of time to go without a natural break in play. And then it really comes down to players having to generate their own energy, reset, make sure that the team is running at the pace that you want.
Now the miss by Maria Keeley, one of the 2 Irish players on this Quinnipiac team. BC did score the last 5 points of the quarter with Kaya Henderson running the point. And Kaya's got the ball on her hip. I thought she gave them a nice spark.
She did, both with her scoring at the end of the quarter, but also generating some turnovers.
She did it again.
Paint touch, high percentage shot.
Kaya Henderson. It's a 7-0 run for BC, and she's got the last 4 of them. She had 12 points total all season. Open in the corner for 3. That is money for Grisdale when you give her that kind of look.
Such a high percentage shooter. If she has that time and space, it's likely going in.
46% on the season coming in. 21st in the country. Ella Ryan, 12th in the country in 3-point percentage. She can shoot it also. Lily Carmody for BC.
Carmody answers well. Henderson doing a nice job of really running this offense with pace, getting Carmody that shot.
Boston College starting to find the range, and they're getting some turnovers too. It's a run out for Carmody, just couldn't hit it.
Tough on the finish, but those are the kind of looks that the Eagles want to see to keep pressure on Quinnipiac.
Grisdale inside this time, and McGee over the back of the backup big, Emma Lizotte. One of the big reasons that first quarter went so quickly, there were only 3 fouls total. Back to Grisdale. And then this was the response from Carmody.
In both instances, we see teammates driving to kick to their open shooter, get them a rhythm shot.
2 minutes in, second quarter, Ella Ryan couldn't hit it. So the offensive rebound. Anna Foley had a size mismatch there.
Yeah, despite the box out, it's just going to be a challenge for the Eagles today.
And she makes a nice pass to the cutter. She found Paige Girardi for 2.
Foley really fills out the stat sheet, gets a nice number of assists on the season, looks for her teammates after she draws some attention.
Lead back to 8. The largest in that first quarter was 13. Carmody, pitch back. This is Erin Haupt. That's her shot. Just didn't put that one on target.
It was a good look for another key shooter for the Eagles.
Well, back in there, Sydney Ryan, and she gets the contact and is headed to the free throw line. Remember, she scored 8 straight points early in the game. Back to the assist by Foley.
Here she does a nice job of keeping the ball high, drawing the attention, and keeping an eye on her teammate who's cutting on the backside. Lost by BC's defense.
Ella Ryan and Sydney Ryan hail from Brentwood, Tennessee. It's interesting that Coach Fabry's gotten them to come up to Quinnipiac out of the Nashville area, but they both came this year. Ella as a freshman and Sydney, who is about to take these free throws, transferring from Furman. And boy, what a get, both of them, for Coach Fabry.
It must be so fun to also be able to play with your sister. Built-in camaraderie, built-in chemistry.
A life's worth, literally.
Exactly.
It's like you did it in the backyard when you were young, and now you're doing it in Division I college basketball next to each other.
So fun.
Lead back to double figures, and Sydney Ryan's in double figures with 10.
Quinnipiac also switching up their defense quite a bit. Bit of a full court press.
Amirah Anderson. Good look out of the corner.
Good look. Right now, the Eagles are one and done off of their looks. They can get some additional opportunities off of the rebounds that could really help them.
Inside, Sydney Ryan again had it taken away that time by Ava McGee.
Great help defense recognition of the mismatch on the inside.
Greer. McGee still battling on the boards, just couldn't quite keep it in bounds, and the Bobcats get it back.
McGee's leading the Eagles right now in rebounds, helping to both limit Quinnipiac's looks, but get the Eagles some additional opportunities.
Tiani McDaniel back into the game. Ava McGee's been nursing a bit of an injury. And while she's been in the starting lineup now for the last 3 games and playing the best basketball probably of her whole career, her minutes have to be watched.
And she brings some an evenness to the pace of the Eagles. So really looking to maximize her time on the court.
Back up by 10 is Quinnipiac with a basketball. Foley outside the foul line. Now 6 in a row for the Bobcats. And Anna Foley, the local, has been in the middle of it.
She's done a nice job of reading what the defense is doing, recognizes the shift, and sees that she herself is open for that shot.
Suddenly just 1 point shy of the largest lead of the game. And Tomlinson dragged the pivot foot on that pass.
Tough luck. Looking to generate some of that motion on offense.
Boston College has now turned it over 5 times, Quinnipiac 4. Any bucket gives the Bobcats the largest lead today. Foley, another good pass underneath. Sydney Ryan able to curl it in, and all of a sudden, it's a 14-point game.
Yeah, Quinnipiac finding the opening against BC zone.
And a block shot by Anna Foley. Well, the junior's done a bit of everything here in the second quarter, has number 23 in blue. Trying to extend an 8-0 run. Foley again, not that time.
Since coming in to start the game, she's really generated a lot of momentum for the team.
4 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists for Foley. And Tomlinson couldn't hit it, and it's going the other way. I think the foul was against BC. Oh, actually, they called it against Quinnipiac.
Foley's really driving the energy for her team today.
You see the face on each of those pictures as Tiani McDaniel misses. You could tell that was a dad and a daughter.
Yeah, it's so fun. So fun that they must be able to just, talk about their time on the court, share stories. How nice to be able to ask your dad about what it was like. Now she gets to play on his home court.
Yeah, and try to beat his alma mater here today. There you go, Amirah Anderson. Ends what had become an over 4-minute drought for Boston College. They had missed their previous 7. BC hanging around, though. Paige Girardi for Ryan, Sydney Ryan.
Nice job to secure the rebound and get going the other way. Looking to keep the pace up.
Kaya Henderson, the Ohio State transfer, has really, when she's been in there, given BC's offensive boost today. That time, Carmody's the one who turned it over.
Foley again demonstrating her length and presence on the inside. That was some good post defense to deflect the ball.
And they play through her a lot on this end. That time she threw it away.
They do. Getting those paint touches to then be able to kick out to your high percentage shooters becomes tough to have to decide who's going to score for the other team. You know, you're going to hope that the three-point shooters run into some adversity, or you're going to try to stop what's happening on the inside.
Did you like that when you were in the post and the offense would run through you?
It's a blast. It's great. When
I guess that's a dumb question, right?
I love getting the ball passed to me.
Ella Ryan with the pass to her sister. The Ryan to Ryan connection has been on display this whole half.
Nice pass in transition.
Kaya Henderson gets her third bucket, driving and finishing from the left side of the paint.
Impressive finish around Foley, who's a defensive stopper.
Kaya Henderson up to 6. I said this earlier, she had 12 points total the first 10 games. Well, that's a 2, but it's going down again for Foley.
She's reading the defense well. BC's looking to really plug up the middle, but she's finding her looks and knocking down contested shots.
Lily Carmody just 2 of 7. Here's Tiani McDaniel. Good take to the hoop. And it's going the other way. Foul on Rolfe. I'll tell you, those are the shots that you want to get.
They're high percentage. They're at the rim. Right now, they're just rolling off the rim, which can be brutal for the Eagles. But those are the paint touches that you want.
Anything you notice to finishing? Is it something that they're doing or not doing, or is it just the luck of the draw?
It can be tough when you have some length on the inside, so making sure you're not over-anticipating the block or contact. Staying focused on your target. And even though it's a close basket, crashing the boards to get an additional opportunity or tip out to a shooter around the arc.
This time, Keeley tees it up. And it's an offensive rebound and a missed putback for Emma Lazat. Going the other way now. 2 misses by the Bobcats. We haven't said that often of late.
Lucked out there. Eagles did a good job of getting the tip to get going the other way.
"13-point lead. Largest was 14 just a few moments ago. Kiera Edmonds getting some run as Amirah Anderson rims out the 3, and it's off of Quinnipiac. I know that when we talked to Coach Mack before the game, she's talking about how do I find some size? How do I find some players that can give me that length? And so Kiera Edmonds, who hasn't played very much this season, is going to get a shot here.
It'll help provide some relief on the inside, really tire out Quinnipiac's post players.
Kaya Henderson tries it again. And another offensive rebound. There was Kiera Edmonds. We were just talking about her.
Edmonds also getting the Eagles to the line for the first time, which has been key for the Eagles all season. And maybe one of the reasons why helps to generate some momentum today. When they're able to get to the free throw line, that ends up being really key extra points for them.
These are 2 freshmen who would be the tallest players on the roster for BC, in Kennedy Hall and Eleanor Trout. First free throw goes down for the Houston transfer, but when you have 2 6'3" players that really haven't been able to be in there, you were planning on having, then that makes such a difference.
It can be tough. You're then putting your teammates in a position they're maybe not used to.
That's got to be a travel, and it is. That time, Foley had the rebound, but hit the floor with the ball. But yeah, it's a problem that BC has dealt with from game 1 this year. The size differential has generally been in favor of the opponent just about every game.
It's true. The guards are working to help provide some relief with the rebounding. but it can just be relentless when you're undersized on the inside against strong, long post players.
BC gets another crack at it here. Already got 1 point in the possession. Carmody makes it 3 points on the possession with the left spin and the finish.
Some post player footwork in the paint. Love to see it.
You know what she's done a couple of times too? There's Sydney Ryan. She spun left. She's made 2 moves where she made that left spin.
Really showing some versatility, being able to score with both hands.
That time they got Kiera Edmonds for the offensive foul. Let's go back to that footwork that you were talking about. I think you can describe this better than almost anybody else in here.
Carmody does a nice job of backing her defense in, seeing where she is on the floor, and then using the momentum of the other player to spin, have a nice look at the rim.
What's the key to making a spin move like that?
You want to set it up well on the initial dribble. So got her defender on the high side, thinking that she's going to go one direction, to then be able to spin back and really keep them on her hip as she goes up.
Well, Foley continues to find the range. Off the bench today, now 8 points on 4 out of 5. Jocelyn Greer got cut off that time by Jackie Grisdale. Reset under a minute to go in the half. Greer put it on the floor and had it blocked by who else? Foley. And with that being 5 fouls against BC in this quarter, that should be free throws. Anna Foley has made a difference on every single part of the court, it feels like.
She has. Her length is making it difficult for the Eagles to see opportunities in the paint. I'd love to see the Eagles continue to work on actions that will reveal those openings. And it seems like when they're facing that Quinnipiac pressure, keeping them on the three-point line, it's when we get to the end of the shot clock and having to try to find a way to get the ball off.
But Kiera Edmonds has picked up a couple of fouls since she came in, and you foul a shooter like Jackie Grisdale. That's points going on the other end. Getting close to 1,000 in her career. Now got 7 today, so she needs 5 more. Does the redshirt senior out of Ohio. And it's back to 14.
Quinnipiac again changing up the defense, providing some pressure and a bit of a half-court trap.
Carmody hit the deck. They called Tomlinson for a travel, though.
Quinnipiac's known for holding their opponents to low scoring there. I think they're leading the league in points against their opponents, or their opponents' points against them. And so BC getting a taste of that defensive pressure today.
Coming up at halftime, after this final possession from Quinnipiac, we're going to the ACC Network studio, talk about the top freshmen in the conference this year. Carolyn and I will be back then with highlights and stats. All coming up in now under 20 seconds of game action. Quinnipiac, who has scored the last 4 points, chance to increase the largest lead of the game. Paige Girardi's going to play through Foley again. Foley, the fade. Foley couldn't hit it. That'll count. Tomlinson. And a 14-point lead for Quinnipiac headed into the locker room, Carol.
Next year together.
And this is something that we will touch on, I'm sure, if it gets closer to happening. But it has been since 2018 that they beat an ACC team. That's what Quinnipiac is trying to do here today. Second half underway, Boston College going right to work with Rolfe. The duck under move in the post. That is exactly what we were just talking about. Good looks that they're just not falling.
Great patience. Love that she used her fake to get a shot at the rim. Just didn't finish, but that's still a great quality look.
Meanwhile, the Bobcats, as you saw, shot 54% in that first half. Girardi drive and dish, and Ella O'Donnell makes the lead 16 for the first time.
The Eagles look to switch up the defense there in the zone and just lose the players as they over-rotate.
Remember, Quinnipiac at the very beginning of the game missed its first 4 shots. They're 16 of 25 ever since. Girardi, one more to the corner, gets it back. Girardi. And an offensive rebound for the freshman, Ryan. Ella. Grisdale had it knocked away by Jocelyn Greer, but out of bounds.
Nice to get an opportunity to set it back up. As you mentioned early on, the Eagles did a great job with their activity, keeping their hands up. It was really tough for Quinnipiac to get a good look. And now they're running at pace, and so causing Eagle defense to have to over-rotate and then finding open players cutting to the paint.
Long possession continues for the Bobcats. They've got the largest lead of the game currently, and Ella Ryan is working with a right-handed dribble and a drive and a miss. Another offensive rebound. And now it's Ryan for three. Sydney could not hit. Finally, the ball will go the other direction.
Rolf does a nice job of boxing out there. Limit another opportunity from Quinnipiac. But we see where that presence on the inside is just going to be a challenge.
Bobcats missed 4 shots on that trip down the court. 0 for 4. Erin Halp, a quick entrant for Ava McGee. Jocelyn Greer on the court to start the second half for Boston College. That was in place of Athena Tomlinson. Kaya Henderson's right in there. She did a great job as the backup point guard in that second quarter. McDaniel right to the bucket. Another one that didn't fall.
Great drive, just tough on the finish.
Tiani McDaniel is 0 for 6. Girardi hits the 3, and Quinnipiac leads by 19. Paige Girardi, her second bucket. Kaya Henderson for 2. McDaniel tipped the rebound, and Greer couldn't finish it.
Great to get a second look. The Eagles can hang on and get a bucket here, break some momentum. That would be high percentage shooting, though, from the other end.
Yep, it's Ella Ryan. Quinnipiac has scored the last 12 in this game and leads by 22. And Joanna Burnaby-McNamee has...
Leading scorer, generates a lot of energy on the defensive end, has had some nice looks for the Eagles today. Hopefully we see her return quickly and without any issue.
Yeah, fingers crossed from the Boston College side of things.
Quinnipiac really dialing up the pressure defensively, really trying to eat into the Eagles' shot clock. They're then having to start offense at 10 seconds on the clock. Another good look inside.
Yeah, right at the rim. That time Ava McGee couldn't hit it. Boston College 0 for 6 this quarter. Of those 6, I want, off the top of my head, at least 3 of them are layups.
Feet in the paint, good looks. Just not quite finishing. Maybe anticipating some contact from their long post players inside.
They're down to shooting 26% for the game, BC is. Ava McGee slips it up and in off the glass.
Nice finish. Ava McGee really demonstrating how focusing on the finish, despite any anticipated contact or length, can really just turn things around.
And Grisdale had that one rimming out into the arms of Erin Halp. Halp has helped out a couple of defensive rebounds in the last few moments. Rolf off the window.
Nice choice by Rolf to pull up there for over the front of the rim rather than into more traffic.
For 3, and that for Sydney Ryan only hit the backboard.
Here maybe we see the Eagles taking control of the pace again.
Halp is known as a dead-eye three-point shooter. San Diego State transfer has it. Amirah Anderson, and she was fouled with only 6 on the timer. That'll give them a shot clock reset for Boston College. Well, good response out of the timeout, Carolyn, for BC.
Great finish here. Around the defender, get going the other way. Help break that scoring drought. And then nice take from her big up and over the front of the rim.
That was the first basket of the game for Kayla Rolfe, senior William and Mary transfer. She's got it again. Not that time. Anderson has the rebound, and she'll go to the line.
Love an offensive rebound. This also gets the Eagles to the free throw line, which has been a strength for them all season, and we're not seeing that so much for them today. Helps generate more of their scoring when they're able to get to their free throw line. Shows that they're handling the pressure, being aggressive, getting to the paint.
Oh, look at that on the bottom right side of your screen, folks. We've only had 6 free throws attempted total in this game. Now 7. It has been a whistle-free 2.5 quarters.
I think we felt that in the first quarter.
1 for 2 for Amirah Anderson. BC scores 5 in a row after Joanna Burnaby-McNamee called the timeout. Trying to cut into this deficit. Grisdale, wide open shot. Foley fighting for the rebound, and the Arrow's going to keep it on this side.
Good effort, though, from the Eagles to really tie her up and prevent an easy putback. Now that Foley's in, just knowing that she's going to be a force on both ends of the floor.
Lily Carmody, by the way, is back coming from the locker room towards the end of the Boston College bench. That 3 for Grisdale finds the bottom of the net. What a shot. Second one she's hit, Jackie Grisdale.
Showing why she's leading the league in three-pointers made.
Quinnipiac has made 7 as a team today now. And the lead back to 20 points. McGee bullies her way inside. That one only hit the backboard, and Foley corralled the rebound, leads to a break. Lizotte, Emma Lizotte gets her first bucket in transition. Good rim run.
Good rim run. Great to see that from your post players.
Back up to the largest lead. 22 points for Quinnipiac. Athena Tomlinson unable to score here. She has not put up a point yet today. The Bobcats running again. Ella Ryan spots up for 3.
Great rim run again from Quinnipiac, really opening up high percentage shooting from Ryan on the outside.
Just in the blink of an eye, they scored 8 straight points. Got a 25-point lead here for the Bobcats out of the MAC.
Quinnipiac's pressure is really slowing down the Eagles, taking time off the clock, forcing them to really start their offense with 10 seconds left. It's tough to generate offense at that point.
Amirah Anderson beat the shot clock and kisses home a 2-point jumper. Goes without saying, much needed. She's got 8 points off the bench. That leads BC. And a turnover. Halp came away with it. Tries it again. 2 in a row, Amirah Anderson.
Her composure is really impressive, despite the pressure, how much shot time is left on the shot clock, excuse me. Just finds her shot, gets in rhythm.
The official said they're going to review at the next dead ball as to whether or not her foot was behind the line. That dump inside. Keeley finds Emma Lizotte out of Saco, Maine. She has scored a couple of buckets here in the last few possessions.
Lizotte doing a nice job of finding her space on the floor, whether it's that rim run, getting McGee on her high hip.
There's McGee with the answer on the baseline. Jumper, Ava McGee. Another long stretch in this game between whistles. Foley's turnaround. Not that time.
Good contest from Halp, though, despite being the mismatch. It's always great to get a hand up. You can just disrupt the shot the littlest bit.
Rolfe on the offensive rebound, let it fly immediately. Third chance, though, for the Eagles. They've got the arrow. That was like 4 minutes.
Put things up for their post play on the inside. It makes it very difficult to defend.
Ella Ryan has made 3 threes now. Her sister Sydney has made a couple. And of course, Jackie Grisdale is getting in the act. She's got a couple. Kiera Edmonds checked in for Boston College. Anderson, baseline jumper. Wow, she's hit 3 in a row. And then underneath, we got a whistle. It's going to be a foul against BC, but the basket will count for Amirah Anderson. Nowhere near the bonus, Quinnipiac. As you can see, that was the first foul of the quarter against Boston College. Tell you what, Amirah Anderson, who had been a starter for much of this season early, she's showing that she's got a pretty good offensive repertoire.
She does. She keeps her composure, finds her shot in rhythm, gets good looks both off the dribble and off the rotation.
Girardi for 2. Well, even Paige Girardi, who's a pass-first player normally, she's hit some jump shots here in the quarter, and now 3 of 4 in the game. 20-point lead.
Quinnipiac again changing up their defensive look against the Eagles with the zone.
Anderson, not that time, popped in and out into the waiting arms of Maria Keeley. And now Grisdale for 3. Weak side rebound by Greer, and that's the final non-shooting foul in the quarter against Quinnipiac. At halftime, it was a 14-point game. Then the Bobcats, very quickly, a big run, 8-0 to start the quarter. They had another 8-0 run midway to go up as many as 25. BC, most of this quarter has been without Lily Carmody dealing with an injury. We told you Lily is back on that bench. Backdoor play broken up by Sydney Ryan.
Quinnipiac pressure keeping Eagles just around the perimeter. Not able to get a paint look that time.
For 3, and Grisdale puts her over 1,000 career points. She does it in style, her 3rd 3-point make. I think her bench knew it too.
They did. Such an exciting milestone to reach as a player, and so fun that the team wants to celebrate it with you.
Spinning is Kaya Henderson. Nice move.
Nice look.
That's how the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Kaya Henderson putting up her best game as an Eagle. She's got 8 off the bench. 70, 80 miles, maybe. They only had played 4 times ever before today. Quinnipiac dominant. Anna Foley, well defended by Kayla Rolfe.
Nice job by Kayla Rolfe to keep her out of the paint. Make it a slightly more difficult shot.
Each team misses on its opening possession of the quarter. Been a Bobcats day. They had a 25-point lead midway through that 3rd quarter. After being ahead by 14 at halftime. What a cut by Grisdale, and Foley delivered the dime. Great basketball.
Nice find.
Anna Foley has 6 assists. She's a post player.
It shows how just her vision on the court, able to read no matter where she is.
Oh, that's a hard foul. Down to the ground goes Lily Carmody, and we should say that it's good news for BC that Carmody is back in there to start this quarter because she had to go to the locker room just a few minutes earlier.
Absolutely. Here we see at the end of the shot clock, great composure. Anna Foley finds her open teammate for an easy lay-in.
Foley's numbers today now: 8 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks.
Showing her presence on both ends of the floor.
There's rebound number 13. She may have also, and I can't confirm nor deny this, she may have served the popcorn.
We'll have to track that down later.
Yeah. She might have tried. Here she is again. Showing you why she was selected first team preseason All-MAC. Grisdale again. She's got the first 2 buckets of the quarter for Quinnipiac.
Tough finish at the end of the shot clock. The Eagles have really dialed up their pressure on the defensive end.
Grisdale now has the last 7 Quinnipiac points. Driving is Carmody, and that was affected by Foley. I don't know if she blocked it or not, but she certainly made it a difficult reverse.
Showing that her ability to get blocks that use her length to just alter the shots at the rim is so valuable for this team.
Foley on the inside. Got the double team and passed out of it. Sydney Ryan's 3. They're still shooting 42%, the Bobcats are, from 3-point range today.
And a little over 50% for the game. Quinnipiac really moves the ball to find high percentage shooting from the floor, putting teammates in great positions, keeping their composure through the end of the shot clock.
Carmody is BC's leading scorer on the season. And that's a traveling violation as it went inside.
A little bit of a traffic jam under there.
Yeah, Lily Carmody with BC getting set to start ACC play on Sunday. Virginia is coming here to continue this long homestand. It's important that she feels well going into that game.
The team's leading scorer gets to the free throw line, generating energy on the defensive end. Even just her presence on the court, you can just feel a little bit of an energy shift and some confidence from the Eagles.
And those are the games when you get in a conference that really start to feel like they matter more. You get into the games in the conference.
Conference play is so exciting. And it feels like that's really when you want to be at your best. Your team you know who your teammates are, what they want. Because the margin is so slim when it comes down to end of the season, those standings and getting into the tournament.
Carmody had it taken away by Sydney Ryan in the post. I don't think she ever saw her. So a chance to increase what is now matching the largest lead of the day. Grisdale throwing out. Girardi sets her feet. Seen a lot of Kaya Henderson today, with Athena Tomlinson having a rough afternoon.
Kaya Henderson is really managing the pace well, sprinting through the offense, getting her teammates moving.
That's Sydney Ryan, and now a 27-point lead. Sydney Ryan has 16. It's her best game that she's had with Quinnipiac. Grisdale with 17, Ella Ryan, 11. That's going against the Bobcats.
Defensive pressure by Quinnipiac, making it difficult for the Eagles to really maneuver within their offense. Some of those paint touches we were seeing early, we're not seeing now.
Well, this is the second quarter in a row that Quinnipiac has dominated the first few minutes. 6-0 to start the fourth. Nice pass, Carmody, and Kaya Henderson misses the bunny.
Good find by Carmody. Those are the paint touches that you want.
Ella O'Donnell, and the whistle came before that shot. Foul against Boston College. If you spin this forward for Quinnipiac, this is going to be, assuming they hold on, it's a monumental win anytime a school out of the MAC beats a team out of the ACC on the road. But what could a win like this do for their confidence as they get closer to starting their conference?
They've had a great season, and despite the record, all of their losses have been with single-digit losses to impressive teams. And so this could feel like turning a corner for this team, building off of that momentum from last year as they look to be at the top of the MAC again. Getting a win over an ACC team today could just help fuel that momentum heading into conference play.
BC still has not scored this quarter. 11-2 dating back to the final couple of minutes of the third. For the Bobcats, nice lob inside. Lizotte caught it and finished. Girardi gets the assist.
Another nice high post seal from Lizotte, keeping that defender on her hip.
3 for Amirah Anderson off the heel. So over 5 minutes without a point for BC as Quinnipiac tries to go ahead by 31 points. Inside, O'Donnell got bottled up. Nice defense that time. Kiera Edmonds.
Good help.
And Carmody running the floor. She'll go to the line when we come back. It's a Bobcats day.
Foley filling out the stat sheet and really demonstrating her presence on both ends of the floor.
That's the first point of the fourth quarter for BC. And Lily Carmody's 8th of the game. Anna Foley, 8 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, a steal, and we still have yet to be able to confirm whether or not she served the popcorn.
That's right.
Our statisticians are endeavoring.
Hard at work.
So Carmody up to 9. Press break, and Sydney Ryan will have to earn these at the charity stripe. We showed you this graphic just a few moments ago, but we'll revisit how monumental of a win this could be for Coach Fabry and Quinnipiac. The fact that they had not beaten an ACC team since the 2018 NCAA tournament. They had an upset against Miami. That was 7 years ago. And Providence, a Power 5 team out of the Big East, last one that they beat. So while they've been a great program, these are the kind of wins that really turn eyeballs.
They absolutely do. They come in handy at the end of the season when it comes down to who's making an appearance in the NCAA tournament, strength of schedule, not to mention just a confidence boost.
Lead back to 29. Looks like the MAC this year in women's basketball is going to again come down to Fairfield and this Quinnipiac team. Ooh, that would have counted for Amirah Anderson.
I like that take to the rim, taking the contact, and even though the shot didn't fall, still a good look and really the shoulders going in toward the rim rather than falling away.
Been a good game off the bench for Amirah, who leads BC with 13 points. These are the preseason favorites in the MAC, the MAAC. The Fairfield team is the one that beat out Quinnipiac in the regular season and in the conference tournament last year to get the NCAA berth. And again, it's expected that those two teams would duke it out. But as we sit here, well, I don't want to speak for you, Carolyn, but as we sit here and watch this Quinnipiac team, hard to imagine that they're going to get beaten in that league.
They're showing great composure and team chemistry here early in the season, getting multiple players on the roster, good looks at the rim.
They're up by 31.
It becomes really valuable experience for the whole team as you get into conference play, conference championship play. You're really making the most of this opportunity against the Eagles today.
It feels like they've tried to make a statement. As Greer misses. Kiera Edmonds on the offensive glass for BC, gets the putback.
Great duck in to secure that offensive rebound and composure against some length and pressure to finish with some contact.
She's got 3 points coming in off the bench today. Foley, for good measure, Anna Foley is going to give her a double-double. 10th point to go along with those 13 big rebounds.
That high post area is a sweet spot for her. She's had some nice contested baskets from that free throw line area.
Like that lefty jumper, too. Pretty looking shot. Now look at that. I mean, she's 3 assists away from a triple-double. Five on the timer for BC. Kaya Henderson off 1 foot. for the Eagles, who will now, after this game, have lost 6 out of 7. You have the rest of this week until Sunday to regroup and get ready for the conference opener against Virginia. What would, in your mind, Carolyn, what would you be doing these next few days to try to turn the page?
I think what I would focus on what did go well today, which is the Eagles were getting great looks, high percentage shots at the rim, and the shots just weren't falling. And so really trying to understand how to stay together, keep getting those looks. Anytime you can break down such a strong defensive team like Quinnipiac and get a look at the rim, that's a victory. And so just generating, like building on that confidence and looking to just finish at the rim.
Lizotte kicks it out. First shot for Ava Soleni, and that's out of bounds going to BC.
Quinnipiac is known for holding their opponents to low scoring, and the Eagles have done the same. And so it can be really frustrating to then find that you're not scoring against an opponent, but Quinnipiac is a great defensive team. And over the rest of this week, just use that as an opportunity to like fine-tune actions. What can they control? How can they control the pace of play? They should go into conference play with confidence, knowing that they've actually had, a really challenging opponent today.
That was an offensive foul against Aaron Haupt. It's a work in progress, and Joanna Burnaby-McNamee's certainly talked about that several times. That's out of bounds off of BC. It's a team that has so many newcomers, so many young, exciting pieces, but trying to figure out how those pieces fit together.
It takes a little time for that chemistry to build, whereas Quinnipiac, they've returned many of their players, had an opportunity to be together over the summer. So the Eagles shouldn't be discouraged. It's just how basketball goes sometimes.
So Lenny hit the bottom of the rim, and Kiara Edmonds got the rebounds. Henderson on the push, and it's going the other way. 4 team fouls in the fourth quarter against Boston College. No free throws here. 10 more three-point makes for the Bobcats in this game. We talked about it from the very opening of our show. The three-point offense would be the key, and that has indeed been one of the keys.
Both from a percentage and attempts, Quinnipiac has gotten the shots they've needed to ensure that they get the win today.
They'd come close to point you made earlier that the losses they'd been in the game, those were against some Power 5 teams like Rutgers and St. John's. Close but no cigar, but today they will get over that hump. It lost at Rutgers by 9, lost at home to St. John's by 2.
In the fourth quarter, I think.
Greer off the bounce. Jocelyn Greer's second bucket. Gets the deficit under 30. And we'll see if the Bobcats select to release a shot. Lizotte in the post, lost it. How about that pass by Kaya Henderson? And
good run.
That was a home run pass by Henderson. She's having her best game as an Eagle.
Great vision on the floor, good delivery to her player in transition.
And that will do it. For the first time in program history, Quinnipiac beats Boston College. It's their first Power 5 win in 5 years, and a